Let's go. 1, 2. Damn, man.
Let's go. 1, 2. Damn, man.
I don't know, guys. I don't know. Terence Crawford shows his current weight as he prepares for an upcoming fight with Canelo. Now, I wasn't really concerned with the video until I noticed something. In this video, I will break down what that was. Stay tuned to the end and we'll go over it. Now, I seen this. Terence Crawford, he posted a video. He's doing like a fake power slap. Definitely don't look real to me, where you seen it at the beginning, right? Where his friend Steve Nelson, he acts like he does the power slap. So he loads up, slaps Steve Nelson, who falls on the ground. Ha, ha, ha. I don't really know the purpose of the video. I guess to like just joking around, having fun or whatever. But what I noticed, because the video, I just watched it. It wasn't nothing. But Ego Weight Watchers, aka EW, where I give you a look into the fighter lifestyle before, after picks, especially when they have an upcoming fight. September 13th, Canelo and Crawford are supposed to fight. Crawford definitely looks like he put on some size. This is the biggest that I've seen him that I can recall, right? Even though he didn't step on the scale or anything, I'm just talking about from the eye test. And I've seen Crawford in the physical, right? I don't recall him looking so big. But here's my thing. To be honest, he's not like morbidly obese, but he don't look like the size he is. It don't look right to me. I don't know how else to put it. It don't look like a natural at this size. For example, like even like a Conor McGregor, right? When Conor McGregor got all big for the Roadhouse movie, I don't know what you're thinking. Who the in it, right? That looked kind of natural. Like I'm not saying he naturally did it. I don't know what he did to bulk up. But when Conor McGregor, his recent videos where he just looked a lot bigger than the weight he was fighting at, it don't look, I don't know. It's hard to explain, but it don't look off. But I guess we've known Crawford from the 135, 140 days. It don't look normal for Crawford at this higher weight. So yes, you're putting on pounds, but for me, from the eye test, it don't really look like this is your true calling and true weight. Henceforth, why Crawford is not doing the tune-up, why Crawford is not trying to fight anybody else. I think Crawford is only doing this because he stands to gain a lot financially, and you aren't gonna beat the top guys at 168, 175. So that would be, to me, the other prime guys in or around that weight class, they're all more dangerous. With it represents more of a risk, and then you'll be getting less financially. That's what I truly believe. I truly believe that in my heart. So I feel like Crawford, he's looking at this as like, hey, I'm 38, about to be 38, and I have the best chance to beat this guy. He's not the biggest himself, Canelo, and he's slow with his feet, so he's bulking up. I don't know. I guess this is such a weird fight for me. For me, I guess you have to wait and see, but I don't like it. I really don't like this fight, and seeing stuff like this furthers that, because Crawford don't look like naturally he's a 168 pounder. It looks like he's bulking up. Like we've seen, like Jose Cito Lopez is a person that comes to mind. When he fought Canelo, he did not look like a 154 pounder. Same thing with Jermell Charlo when he fought Canelo. When Canelo's fighting these guys that are moving up, none of them actually look like they belong in the division. And here's a way to kind of test this theory. If Terence Crawford were to be in the weigh-in with David Morrell or David Benavidez when they were at 168, it would look bizarre. It would be like, what the heck? These aren't even in the same weight class. The only reason why it's somewhat passable to the eye test for some is because Canelo is short and he's not the biggest person. And like Canelo, his size is like deceitful almost, right? He don't look like he's too big, but he kind of has like a thick neck, thick legs, paws, stuff like that. So very weird fight. To me, I'm going to keep saying the same thing. The fight seems like a force. And the more I'm seeing, I want to be proven wrong. You know what I mean? Just for the sake of boxing, because I have my opinion, but at the end of the day, I care more about the sport. So if it is a great fight and it is a fight that is deserving, you know, that's better for boxing than to gather a bunch of people around and then we all look stupid because the fight is trash or something unexpected or disappointing happens. So maybe I'm wrong. I just don't like what I'm seeing from Terence Crawford. It looks like, to me, he looks like a fighter that retired or something. And this is just their new weight. You know, like Tim Bradley retires and then he's at a higher weight because he's no longer competing. Or a fighter who's coming back from injury, or a fighter who's just in his off season and he gained some weight and he has to shred down to his division. That's what it looks like. It just looks like he's in an off-season bulking stage or something like that, but he does not look like a full-fledged 168-pounder. He's giving himself no tune-up, no time to acclimate, and for that, I can't rate this fight, because if he, let's say, if he looked different, like for example, and this is what I feared, because when you look at him in the Madrimov fight, he was dialed in, he looked jacked. I get it, it was the weigh-in, but even in the build-up, that looked like where Crawford should be. You know what I mean? At 154 pounds, he looked great. He looked great at that division. But with this, you're doing all this and bulking up, and then you're gonna have to do a cut. It just don't look right to me. I don't know how else to express it other than this is a gut feeling, an instinct. You know, it's just kind of instinctual, I guess you could say. He just, to me, he don't look, I don't know if it'll change closer to the fight, but the Crawford that we've been seeing, it just looks like you packed on pounds, and we'll see if it's functional when you actually go to fight, when you get in the ring with Canelo Alvarez. But this early notion of the fight, it looks like a mistake to me, you know, unless the only saving grace is that Canelo didn't look good in his last fight, and Canelo himself has looked older in recent memory. So maybe that makes it more compelling, but Canelo still should have the power advantage and looks more natural. When, like, here's an example. If you don't believe me, look at Canelo in the buildup when he was moving up to fight Julio Cesar Chavez. He was coming from 54 to 164.5. Canelo he still looked good at the weight. It didn't look like, he didn't look bad. And then on the scale for Chavez Jr. fight, he looked great, right? Crawford, we haven't seen him on the scale, but this preliminary stuff, I don't know.